Hi, this is Brother Bo greeting my IMG family. And I miss you. And I should be there with you right now, but I'm in Australia. I'm preaching to the feasts in Sydney, Brisbane, and Melbourne. And so I miss you today, but I really wanted to speak to you.
I'd like to help you grow financially and spiritually at the same time. Let me tell you a story. The way I keep fit and healthy is, as you can see, I've got this bulging muscles and I've got a very macho body. Just kidding. I'm totally unathletic, and all I do is I walk in the village and just walk around, and that's all I do. Well, there was this couple while I was walking, an elderly woman pushing her husband in a wheelchair. They recognized me, and they said, "Brother Bo, can you pray over me?" So I did pray over them, and then right there in the middle of the street, praying over them, and then I heard their very sad story. Rito, 69 years old, was a seaman for 32 years, 32 straight years, and he was earning about a second engineer of the ship, maybe about 100,000 pesos a month. And then he had a stroke last January, and 3 months later he fell, broke his hip, and he was bedridden. And the wife, Jerry, was crying, and actually both of them were crying, and they were telling me how difficult it was. She was telling me that in order, to provide for his medicines, which was about 20,000 pesos a month just for the medicines, they had to already ask from the neighbors. And it is very, very difficult just listening to this story, knowing that for the past, 32 years he was a seaman earning a lot of money, and yet what's wrong? They were dependent on their SSS pension, which is 13,000 pesos a month combined, and yet, remember, 20,000 pesos just for the medicines alone. So I was just listening to this story, and again, my heart was breaking. Why was this happening? Well, last month, Rita, I heard, passed away. And so I talked to the wife, I visited her, and yes, she was grieving over the death of her husband, but she was also worried for the funeral expenses. And I was saying, how can this be? And I computed, how much did her husband earn as a seaman for 32 years? I computed 20 million pesos in his whole career. And yet right now, his wife could not pay, a few months ago, for his medicines, and now for the funeral expenses. But this is the story of millions of Filipinos. This doesn't have to be your story.